Alright, so anyway. Welcome back.
To the meeting room.
Give me the bucket.
One man, one bucket. One chance to seize their destiny together.
How many lines does he have for picking up this stupid bucket?
Was coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
No, he didn't. No, he did not.
But Stanley just couldn't do it.
It's true.
He
Consider the possibility of facing his boss, admitting he had left his post during work hours. He might be fined for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk?
I heard this before, I heard this before.
Everyone had vanished. His boss would think he was crazy. And then, something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy.
He looked down at the bucket in his arms.
Oh,
Am
this
I
is nice.
crazy? He asked the bucket. The bucket returned his gaze, but said nothing at all. That's strange, Stanley thought. Usually the bucket is a source of guidance and wisdom for me in difficult times.
No, you're
such
not
as
crazy.
these.
Nobody
He
crazy
held
talks
the
to a bucket.
close, yet felt none of its familiar reassurance and comfort.
Oh,
And that's when
no.
Stanley realized, this isn't my bucket. It's just a normal,
No.
everyday bucket.
No.
Someone else's bucket, perhaps.
No.
How did I end up with someone else's
mine.
bucket? This is all
Property of
terribly
Stanley.
wrong. Surely no good
Whoa,
would
whoa,
come
whoa,
from
whoa,
this.
where'd my bucket
Who
come?
knows what sorts of bizarre hallucinations Stanley might
no,
experience
no, no,
without
no,
the
no.
psychologically grounding presence of his bucket. And indeed, now he noticed that the rooms were repeating, which was, of course, very odd. And now he felt himself floating off the ground.
Oh no, I'm floating off the ground.
He exclaimed. Without my
gracious.
bucket, I've gone truly mad. Where is it?
Sure.
I must find it. Far off in the distance now, he heard it, calling to him.
Stanley! Stanley, it's me, the bucket.
Hello, the bucket. It's me, Stanley.
He rushed forward from room to room, passing by one bucket after the next.
Oh,
None of them
no.
were his. None of them were his special bucket.
Come to me, Stanley. Find me.
I'm
He
looking.
had to find the bucket. He had to return to his old friend. It was the only way to truly restore his sanity. And then suddenly,
is.
he froze dead in his tracks. He knew where the voice of the bucket had been coming from. The real bucket was inside of him all along.
No.
It was incredibly painful.
Ah.
Stanley doubled over in agony.
Ah.
He blacked out.
Ah.
This is the story of a woman named Mariella.
Darn it.
Mariella woke up on a day like any other.
Yeah.
She arose,
Evil.
got dressed, picked up her bucket of comfort and security,
So what was
and
that
walked
last
to
one?
a place of work.
Oh my.
But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town, talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. Right away, she knew what the problem was.
No.
This man had no bucket. Of
true.
course,
No
he
bucket?
had gone mad, ranting and raving about a narrator describing all of his actions and how everything is predetermined and free will is an illusion and it's all just a video game.
And
It
he
would all have
wasn't
been
on to
prevented
anything.
If only he'd taken his bucket with him.
Yes.
Perhaps he didn't even realize he'd forgotten his bucket at home in the first place.
That
How
must
cruel
slip his
the world
mind.
can be, Mariella
Oh,
thought.
so
And she
evil.
hugged her own bucket even tighter. But of course, she had no time for this.
There.
There were
Did
a
him dirty.
myriad
Did
of
him foul.
confusing problems she would soon have to confront at work, for which her bucket would provide absolute guidance and total clarity on everything. Heck yes, she thought to herself, my life kicks ass. And she backflipped all the way to work.
What?
Simply, it's bucket time. Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
That we did. That we did.
By the weight of this revelation, Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck. Was it
Amazing.
the bucket knew all along? Was
That's
the
it.
bucket guiding him?
Yeah, it's back.
Yes, this is certainly the most logical explanation.
Nothing else makes sense. Wink, 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 wink.
The bucket is here for you, Stanley. Everything will be fine.
Yippee-ki-yay.
Stanley and the bucket walked straight ahead through the large door that read, Mind Control Facility.
No, I didn't.
Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley and the bucket would both meet a violent death.
Like, why does it say escape then? Maybe that's the real escape.
The
Maybe
door
death
behind
is
them
the
was not
only
shut.
real way out.
Stanley and the bucket still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track.
I don't trust you, though,
At
is
this
the
point,
issue.
Stanley and the bucket were knowingly walking forward into a very painful death for each of them.
Yeah, I don't believe you, or trust you, or think highly of you enough to believe you. So basically, I'm jumping. Stanley's ankle shattered upon contact with the ground. See, nothing went wrong. Help me. Oh no.
As the
Oh
machine whirred into motion
no.
and Stanley and the bucket inched closer to their demise,
Yeah,
Stanley
whatever,
reflected
bro.
on how meaningless the bucket's warmth and comfort
Oh,
had
this
turned
bucket
out
is
to
so
be.
meaningless
To
and
be
not
sure,
good.
it puts the mind and the soul at ease to embrace the bucket. But what use is a sense of ease when you're about to be crushed to death?
Well, isn't this
This
the
is what
time for
Stanley thought to
philosophy?
himself, and he sort
I'm
of
about to
kicked
die.
himself for wasting so much time carrying a bucket everywhere.
What? Waste
Farewell,
of time.
Stanley.
Die, narrator. Burn. Burn in hell. Today! Ha, I
Farewell,
lived.
Stanley, cried the narrator,
Oh
as
no.
Stanley and the bucket were led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, the bucket's life came to an end, as it was
Hey,
crushed
what about
violently
me?
to death.
And Stanley was there. Oh, okay. I'm free. I'm free.
It
You
was
should really
a
say the
shame,
bucket
the
pair.
death of such
Okay.
a magnificent bucket.
Hey now.
It's true that all buckets are radiant in their own way, but this one stood above the rest.
It was
a
mediocre.
glorious bucket to behold.
It was okay. The bucket. Welcome you to the grand exhibit.
You're standing at the precipice of knowledge. Much like life itself, the human mind is frequently empty within a cavernous void. But through use of the exhibit in front of you, your mind becomes full, enriched, and substantiated. Knowledge of the bucket and its history is the only true knowledge we really have. Will you take what you learn here out with you into the world? Will you accept with an open mind what may be challenging about the information in this exhibit? Will you change the lives of yourself and your loved ones as a result of this exhibit?
Or will you turn a blind eye and continue to live as you were, in ignorance and darkness? Yes, says Hydrambling.
Can you see how arrogant it was for Stanley to take a
Hey.
bucket like this and to claim it for his own?
No.
Can you see the hubris that blinded him?
I cannot.
Can you see that the bucket is far more noble than Stanley will ever be in
That
his
bucket
short
is a
life?
narc. I don't want to hear it. 25 buckets. A photograph of 25 buckets, the greatest number of buckets ever captured on camera. The photographer experienced catatonic shock for several weeks as a result of the euphoria from exposure to many buckets at once. The first issue being that is not 25. That is significantly more than 25. A bucket with two handles. Nope, can't watch that. That's too great. Inferno bucket. A replica of the Inferno bucket, which in the medieval era was so powerfully alluring that it drove dozens of nations to war with one another for control of it. Billions died. What? And yet, in spite of it all, the simple fact remains no one can control a bucket. Okay, I'm starting to think you're pushing an agenda. The stress bucket an analogy. Worrying, negative forecasting, negative thinking, lack of reassurance, stress, level of water in the bucket, vulnerability, size and strength of the bucket. Coping strategies equal holes. Rest and relaxation, doing something you enjoy. Rest and relaxation, addition to. It says it right there. The stress bucket, presented without commentary. Thank you for that. Cave drawing. Bro, why are they all cheeked up? What is this? What on earth? Better yet, why? And what's that guy doing? And was that a deer? Or is that a dog? Well, maybe this will tell me. Well, we know the buckets predate the existence of mankind. We don't know by how long this cave drawing depicts early man's discovery of the practical uses of the bucket, by which time the bucket had already likely been around for several millennia. Notice in these drawings how the bucket is allowing itself to be used, having judged humanity to be worthy of its treasures. Well, then why am I getting chastised?
No man can own a bucket.
Well, they
and
did.
Certainly not a bucket as dazzling to behold as this one.
It's like
It
mediocre.
is man who should kneel before the bucket.
What is... Madam. The hanging bucket. This piece symbolizes the necessary relationship between bucket and humanity. However clear a grasp of the bucket may be, our grasp of the bucket may... There's yet more that is always out of reach. This distance, inevitably, is for our own good. Is this a god symbol? What is this? Well, I guess I'll jump. Never mind. I'm full of it.
But there is something we can do.
We can
Something
kill
we
ourselves.
do together, you and I, that will right this terrible wrong.
You aren't going to do anything. Oh my god. Oh
Let
no.
Stanley die.
Whoa.
Let him be crushed by the machine.
Well, he doesn't
Don't
deserve... I'm
reset the
Stanley.
game. Don't give him another opportunity to run off with another beautiful bucket. We can save the world's buckets from their treatment as tools and implements if only we let Stanley die together. The bucket shall take its place as ruler, as leader, as
You're a
commander
weird
of a
lady.
new world, a new vision.
Oh my... Ah! All I know is death. What just happened?
It's bucket time.
That's my thoughts exactly. That's my whole response to that lady's dialogue. It's bucket time. Okay, well, I guess I'll handle the final ending. I think it's the final ending, which is to just turn on the machine. I'll do that next time. I will see you later.